morning, sunny morning for me in Canada. This morning, I have so many things that I want to show you kung papaano ko yung early morning routine ko. First of all, I need a drink. That's one thing when I wake up in the morning. I wash my face, do a little bit of just put the lipstick on just to show you for my video. I always like to have a cold drink in the morning. Kahit malamig dito sa Canada, I don't know when I woke up in the morning. Dahil siguro I'm in my menopausal days, I would love to have a cold drink, either cold water or juice. Then after that, maybe mga 30 minutes, then I have my hot chocolate because I don't drink coffee, just my hot chocolate. Okay, so we're gonna have, I'll show you my fridge if you want to look at my fridge. This is what my fridge look like. It's when me and my husband buy everything, even though we live in the city, we have to make sure that we have what we need for the two of us. So I need just my apple juice for the meantime, and then I'm going to show you I will make sure that I'm gonna show you what I have scheduled today in my morning routine at home. So when before I go to bed, normally, itong sinasabi ko before sa mga nanay, when I give you advice on how you're gonna be organized, I will make sure that before I go to bed, walang anything in my lababo. Okay? Everything is washed para when I woke up in the morning, maganda yung mood ko na wala akong makikitang nakatambak. Anything dishes in the sink is sometimes stressful for me. So I have to make sure that there's nothing before I go to bed. Okay. So that's my drink. Now, I'm going to show you how I prepared today for my summer garden. So it's spring now in Canada. Ibig sabihin, patunaw na yung snow. So during springtime, I normally just prepare for all my garden stuff, and I'll show you how I prepare that in a minute. Preparing all my seeds now to dry. Ready for. Let this one dry. This one, squash, and my tomato. Put it in a paper towel so that the juice will dry it out. It's growing. So I'm in my morning preparation right now for my garden. In front of me here are the seedlings that I planted a month ago. So today is the middle of, around the middle of April. I planted this one around the middle of March. So these are kalabasa or squash. This is a month old. I keep all my empty containers for my yogurt, containers for my soup, can for my hot chocolate, bottle for my juice, jars for my peanut butter, plastic jars, so they're all plastic. I keep them all the whole winter, and I use them as my growing pot for my seeds. Now, I mentioned this before, nowadays, kailangan nyo talagang, we have to be very smart on how we, what do you call this one? Let me just turn off my thing here. On how we can make sure we can be growing our own vegetables even if we live in a city. I live in a big city, okay? So this is not a farm anymore because some of the videos before I live in a farm. Yes, may bukid din kami, pero nasa city kami ngayon. So even though I live in a big city, I grow I want to grow my own vegetables. I want to plant my own vegetable. Lumaki ako na taga-bukid. Lumaki ako na we grow our own, we produce our own, we harvest our own. We were able to sell some of our harvest before nung maliliit pa ako. I was nagtitinda ako ng patola, opo, kalabasa, malunggay, anything to the market. I was able to sell it. I think I was grade 2, grade 3. Nagbibitbit na ako ng mga pantindang gulay to the palengke. So, today is a special day that I want to show you how I grow my own healthy seedlings para when it's time for, so it's April right now. This video gonna be posted in April. It's April right now. Around mid-May, yun na yung, or third week of May, yun na yung planting season namin. Okay, totally melt na yung snow. Hopefully wala ng snow, kaya ready na. So, before that, kalimitan before, bumibili lang ako ng mga seedlings. Alam nyo ba before, ang mga seedlings na ganito, mga $2 lang. Ngayon, they go by inches. If the plant is like 6 inches tall, like this one is more than 6 inches tall, it's about either $9 or $8. Imagine nyo yan, times 15 nyo yan. 400 pesos for one of this only. Isang piraso lang yung kalabasa. So, when you grow your own, you save a lot of money. Before, I just used to buy my own seeds sa market, and they're expensive. So what I did to make my own seeds, so I'm gonna show you. Put that away first. So here are my seeds. So every time I buy squash, because I love squash. We grew up eating squash. So squash, you can make stir fry, you can cook it with coconut milk, you can do anything with squash. You can bake it, you can make a dessert, anything. So itong squash nito, every time I buy squash, tandaan nyo ito, okay? When you buy squash, buy the really old squash. Hindi yung hindi magulang na squash, an old squash. So I keep all the seeds on the squash. Dinadry ko yon. So when I dry it like this. I dry it room temperature. Winter naman dito, so hindi ko naman pwedeng ilagay sa outside. So I dry this one in my kitchen, in the living room, wherever. I dry this one for like 2 weeks. Just leave it here. 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks, I put it in a little Ziploc bag. I labeled it. Ako si label. Talagang hindi po pwede sa akin walang label. So, I collect the seeds, and after, pagdating ng mga March, April, doon ako tumitira, doon ako nagtatanim ng mga ganito. Could you imagine how much I save? I'll tell you something. When you buy squash seeds, for 10 seeds, is like maybe 300 pesos for 10 seeds. At you're not sure of lahat yung 10 seeds na yun, it will grow. So, I produce my own seeds from my own vegetables that I cook in my kitchen. I dry them. To be honest, marami na ako mga schools na binibigyan ng mga seeds. Part of Visayas, because that's where I did most of my seminars. The schools there, sinishare ko yung mga seeds ko dito sa Canada. I also dried siling lara or red pepper, yellow pepper. I also dry the seeds in here and then let it sit maybe 2 weeks. I have a technique on how I dry my tomato. You know, when you dry the tomato, normally ang tomatoes may water siya, right? Dun sa seeds, ang hirap mong kunin yung seeds ng tomatoes because of the water and the juice inside the tomatoes. So what I did is I put it in paper towel or tissue, okay? With the juice, whatever yung sa loob mismo ng kamatis. I put it here. When it dries, then you can see the seeds, see? And then I planted them. And it is now, let me see if I can get it. Here are my tomatoes. I probably have more than 20 seedlings right now. And it's been a month. So this is like 7 inches or 8 inches tall now. See? I'm very proud to show you that. So that's my tomatoes. And that would be ready for the planting season. And I have, let me see, what else do I have here? I have some beans. So what I did is when I bought beans in the market, I make sure that I get the beans yung medyo magulang na, and then I peel the seeds. And I dry them, and this is what my beans now. So these beans is almost like 8 or 9 inches na. So it's in a month, it's ready for gardening. So I'm giving you a tip. If you keep all your containers like this, para sa pagtag-ulan na gusto nyong i-seedlings yung mga halaman nyo and you're doing it indoor, let's say you're living in an apartment, do not butas here. Huwag mong butasan. Dahil it's gonna be leaking in your whatever table you have. This is my living room. This area is my living room. But this corner, I save it for my plants. So, it's not messy dahil walang mga butas yung mga container ko. What I do is, when you water it, para hindi malata yung halaman nyo, yung tama lang, just enough water to soak the top soil portion of your plant. Para hindi siya malata, hindi maninilaw yung halaman nyo. Look at how green my plants are. Because I did not overwater them. I just water them just enough na masoak yung soil nila, na hindi ma-overwater yung halaman. Kasi indoor hindi naman sila na-evaporate mabilis as compared to when you put it outside. So if you're living in a place that you want to grow it inside, plus what I did, my husband is, I have a good husband, he bought me a, what do you call this light? This growing light. I just put this back first. This growing light, you can see that it probably costs, let's say 1,000 pesos each. Okay, I bought 2 grow lights so that it can, instead of the plant will grow taller, pag wala kasing light, grow light, ang tubo ng seedlings mo is to grow really thin na pinapahaba. Because they want to follow wherever the lights is. But if they have their own controlled light, they grow fatter, healthier, hindi siya skinny ang dating, and they're really, really healthy. I'm gonna show you my part of my healthy growing. These are part of the zucchini plants. See? Very, very healthy. Tama lang ang pagtubig, tama lang yung growth, walang butas. Again, I just use this artificial tin pot that I have. Whatever I have at home, I use it for my planting. And I'm just gonna show you an experiment, and I'm gonna give you a follow-up on this. This is, what you call this? Sayote. I've seen this one in video and I've tried it myself. Bumili ako ng magulang, very, very old sayote, and I planted it here. I'm just observing it. I'm hoping it's gonna grow. So we'll see that. That's ready for, and then I have an ice cream container. Then the other day, I went to the market. Nakakita ako ng salayo lemongrass, and then alubate for my stir fry, or if I want to do mongo. So I planted it. If they're gonna grow, good. If not, well, at least I tried. And speaking of lemongrass, so here's my lemongrass that I always harvest every two weeks if I make chicken tinola. So may lemongrass ako. So this is, I forgot to show you. So these are all my sili, red pepper, there, And so I have, right now, I have long beans, bagu beans, I have zucchini, I have cucumber, I have squash, I have tomatoes, I have peppers, I have sayote, I have lemongrass, I do have okra. My okra is still not blooming right now. I found the other day there was red okra, so I'm gonna try it, and green okra. So again, when you preserve your own seeds from the vegetables that you're cooking in your kitchen, huwag niyong itapon, don't throw away the seeds. Look at all the seeds of the tomatoes that I kept. I just cut it in from a paper towel or tissue. See how it dried? And when I planted it, it's so nice when you planted it. So I hope you learned something from this video on how you can maximize the produce that you can have, even though you're living in a what do you call this one, urban country. Because right now, either you live in the urban country or remote area or rural area, we need gardening. We need gardening. We need to survive. We need to produce our own. Dahil it's so expensive now to buy vegetables in the market. So that's why I'm showing you this. I still have lots of seedlings, and seeds can last years as long as you put it in a cool, dark place na hindi siya, na walang moisture na pumapasok. So I keep this one and prepare this one. Maybe a year next year it's gonna be the same, or I'm gonna be producing more from my harvest, hopefully. So I'm gonna post some of my videos later and show you of how I plant these vegetables. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, share this video. Bye for now.